Well, good morning all, and thank you, Rob, for the nice introduction. For those who missed it, I'm Denesh, currently from DNS OARC. It's really nice to be here in Stockholm and in Sweden. My first time here was 30 years ago, and I actually came to do a talk at the Swedish Atari Club about the internet, actually. It was nice to be invited then. My last time here in Sweden was actually 20 years ago. So thank you, Netnod, for inviting me here to speak. And today, I will give a short update about the hackathon that took place this past weekend on the 15th and 16th of March at Netnod's offices. So, hands up, those who know what a hackathon is. Oh, most of you. What about those who don't know what a hackathon is? Hands up, please. Okay. Well, basically, I'll just mention very, very quickly that a hackathon is basically a hacking marathon. And a hacking marathon where it's all based on cooperation, collaboration, sharing, and it's non-competitive. It's all to help towards a better internet for all. So everything, it's all about improving stuff to make the internet better. It's all about evolving things to make the internet better. So the hackathon, the DNS hackathon, was all about evolving the DNS and making things much, much better for everyone. I'd like to start, well, I've already started, but I'd like to start by showing some gratitude to various different people and organizations. The organizing committee was from RIPE NCC, and that was Vesna Manojlovic, Netnod, Johanna Eriksson, and myself from DNS OARC. So thank you to the organizations for allowing us to contribute our time towards the hackathon. And of course, things happen once everything is set up and staff aren't able to make it for some reason. Things change. So Vesna unfortunately could not make it. And so we had Jeri from DNS OARC, who stood in for Vesna. And we also had Matthias Arnberg, or lovingly known as Arnberg, I believe, who was also helping. And then there were other people from within Netnod who helped during the 2 days. And of course, there's a program committee. Arife, who was there in personal capacity, Lars Lehmann, as he's lovingly known, and Samane, I need to remember to pronounce her name correctly, Taja Lisa Dehub. And unfortunately, only Arife was the PC member who was able to be here because, of course, things happened. Lehman had to be at ITF and did the hackathon there as well. And then, of course, the group. As I mentioned, it was all about collaboration. And the first photograph, you'll be able to see most of the group there, but we realized that it was Johanna who was taking the photo. So we decided, actually, she needs to be in the photograph. So come in, Johanna, and we'll take a photo of the screen that was in the room. So as you can see, Johanna's there with her camera just sticking up there. So thank you, everyone, for this. So actually, I will explain a bit further about how hackathons work. There are generally 3 to 4 stages in how a hackathon works. And the first one is ideas. It's all about collaboration. So there are people in the room. Of the 34 people in the room, there were some who had ideas, some who didn't know which group they wanted to attend. They didn't have ideas, but they were happy to join a group. So the first thing is a whole set of ideas. There's a lot of brainstorming going on. And as you can see, there were just whiteboards and lots of writing and lots of diagrams. And you can see, I think the one that is on the paper at the bottom left-hand side was Willem from NLNet. So it's all about writing down ideas, brainstorming within groups. And the next one is actually persuading people to come and join my team. They give a short presentation about, this is what the idea is, would you like to come and join my team? And each team is about 3 to 8 people. And that's supposed to be the ideal size. And then, of course, you join the groups and you start coding or working on stuff, such as IT drafts or whatever it is that the idea is. So at this stage, I'd like to ask those who were in the teams at the hackathon and are comfortable doing so, could you please stand up? Okay, so the thing is that the hackathon's never actually, so while the hackathon is going on, the end of the hackathon isn't the end of the project. So at the end of this presentation, I will put up the link. Go and have a look at the projects. If you're interested in knowing more about the projects, if you're interested in actually joining any of the groups, please talk to these people who were at the hackathon and go and talk to them about their ideas and let them know that you'd like to join. So next few slides, I'm not going to read the slides. There were 7 projects, and I'll just quickly mention what the projects were. So one was called Babies, and basically the baby was delivered by the end of the project. It was to do with the NSD Authorities server being integrated in Stork, and the future is integrating other things such as NOT, DNS, and DSC into that. So that's a future thing. So anyone who wants to be part of that project, please go ahead and talk to those people. The names of the authors, everything is on the hackathon page. I'll come to that at the end. Then there was CanDNS. It created a name server with CanDNS responses. That's it, basically. And they actually finished their project. Then there was Dohot or Dunyan. And the nice thing with this one was that it was supposed to be DNS over HTTPS over Tor. And for some reason, what the group didn't realize, which somehow I pointed out, was that they actually have Tor in the name. But yes, so they measured different approaches. And there are conclusions on the website. And then there was, this is supposed to be pronounced idiot, but because IoT devices are idiots, and they have various insights and DNS recommendations for that. And then there was LHB, lookup hostname best practice. And as was quite rightly pointed out, DNS actually delivers more than just addresses, which surprises some people, but DNS is more than just domain names, more than just address lookups. Poisonlicious. I mean, these are fantastic names, aren't they? They actually, one of the things that came out of that, they started drafting an IETF RFC. But it was all about sharing data between cooperative resolvers. Once an authoritative response was received, to save time, energy, and latency. And then finally, there was ResViz, and this was an interactive way of visualizing what a resolver does when looking up a domain name. Now, most people think that this is a competition, but it's not a competition. It's all about working together and doing things that you're interested in to make the internet better. So we have what we call commendations. And so the most complete project was CanDNS. The funniest name, of course, was Idiot. And the project with the self-appointed most annoying team member, or rather most troublemaking team member was Babies. But can anyone guess here who that person was? I do have his permission to say his name. It was Anand Buddev from RipeNCC. Basically, he was introducing more and more complications within the team, saying that NSD has these features, and it meant that the team had to do more and more coding. But anyway, as I said, it's about cooperation, collaboration, it's evolving, it's about evolution of the DNS stuff that these people love. And that is a safe QR code. I mean, you can just scan it, and you'll see that the link will come up with the GitHub thing. But if you don't believe in QR codes, I have the link over there. Please make use of the rest of today, the breaks, the lunches, to talk to the various team members and get involved with those projects. Thank you.
Do we have any questions for Dinesh on the DNS Hackathon? Okay. Yeah. Well, please join me in thanking Dinesh for the presentation. Thank you so much, Dinesh.